What happens when a seasoned MC stops trying to evolve into something marketable and just commits to lyrical assault? You get Mic Tyson by Sean Price. Let's talk about it. What's good, y'all? I'm Lighthouse, and you're now tuned into Everything for Everybody. Today, we're going to be discussing the project that was in heavy rotation for me while I was in Japan last weekend, Sean Price's Mic Tyson, a classic in my opinion. By the time Sean Price dropped this 2012 project, he wasn't just a respected underground rapper, he was a certified barbarian. The Brownsville legend, known for being one half of Helter Skelter and a standout voice in the boot camp clique, had already rebooted his solo career with Monkey Bars and Jesus Price Superstar. But Mic Tyson was different. This was Sean P in full beast mode, no compassion, no compromise, no filter, just straight verbal carnage. Over gritty production from Knife Wonder, The Alchemist, Eric G, and Beat Busher, Price rips through each track like a man fed up with the rap game's phoniness. Songs like Barian, Hush, and Shut the Fuck Up Part 2 show him at his most surgical, lacing complex rhyme patterns with brute force punchlines. There's no conceptual overthinking, just raw skill and snarl. And his humor, disrespectful in the best way possible. He trades bars with Ill Bill and Ike Eyes on Solomon Grundy, who was like a DC Comics supervillain and anti-hero. This song is as dark as Solomon Grundy's backstory. This is that hardcore shit I was talking about when I say that, like, I really am into like smack your favorite rapper type bars, you know what I mean? Like hardcore hip hop. It's just very aggressive. You gotta have warrior music, and I feel like Sean Price always had that. Like, you know, there's gems in it, and you know, it sounds like super honest music. From Sean Price to Ike Eyes and Ill Bill, they all showed up on this track. Bars is crazy. My favorite song on this joint is Barbarian. He starts off the album, I don't want a Dougie, I just want money. Study under the understudy, the 120. Yo, that's one of my favorite joints. You know, he's talking about the 5% lessons, you know, studying it, you know what I mean? But studying under the understudy, crazy, you know what I'm saying? I just love how he flips words, and it's simple, but it's super complex and nuanced. And like, that's the testament to a true wordsmith. You understand? To be able to express a grand concept in a condensed way, you know, and that, like, when artists can do that, they have my support and my compassion. I just love that shit. Whether clowning whack rappers or breaking down the art of lyrical repetition, Price never misses a beat. He sounds like a vet who not only seen it all, but still wants all the smoke. Mic Tyson ended up being the final full-length Sean Price release before his untimely passing in 2015. It stands as a testament to who he was, a bar-for-bar menace who never watered it down for mainstream approval. To me, it's a shame that he wasn't elevated to a higher profile. He meant a lot to us who appreciate the craft. He had a dope personality, he was funny, had his own YouTube series. Before most people even had the wherewithal to do so, he was actually ahead of his time, if you ask me. You know, the things that we're doing now with social media, he was doing that before. You know, he had his camera crew, he would do skits, he would do all of that stuff. He would have ballooned in terms of like notoriety now, I feel, if he had TikTok. He was cool enough to just be himself and not care about, you know, being mad serious, even though he was serious. You understand me? Like, just him having the ability to be funny, but still be like impeccably nice with the bars. Like, I'm telling you, I could see him doing skits right now on TikTok, and like, it just being like very appealing and like endearing to all of us who loved his work and loved him as an MC, you know? So, gone too soon, you know what I'm saying? Like a legend. So as a hip hop adherent, I feel it's necessary to still show love and support for Sean Price's legacy. He's from Brooklyn, I'm from Brooklyn, and he's a true legend. And to me personally, I feel like Sean Price doesn't get talked about enough. He's on my top 10 Brooklyn MCs list, right there with B.I.G., Hove, Kane, Fab, Yasin Bey, and a few others. Those are pretty much like my favorite Brooklyn MCs that I think of right now. I have to write it down, like, you know, everything. I might do a list of 10 of, you know, my favorite Brooklyn artists. ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's for another time, at another date. You can keep the metrics and streaming numbers. I'm talking skills. Sean P was witty, dense, and direct. His bars were simple enough to chant, but complex enough to decode. I draw inspiration from him sometimes. To me, it's like there's no need to overcomplicate things. You just think about stuff and try to aim at people who are intelligent. Don't dumb down your shit. It can be simple, but it can also be like complex where people can decode it, but expressed in a simple way. Sean Price was definitely one of those who consistently delivered when it came to him rapping. So freestyles, you can YouTube his work online. The freestyles incredible, like definitely somebody who we should salute a lot more and pay respect to. I'm a different type of artist, but that spit first and ask questions later energy, that's something that I'll always carry with me, you know what I'm saying? So may Allah grant him the best place in paradise, inshallah. Rest in peace to Sean Price. Mic Tyson is a banger, a classic. You should listen to it. If you haven't heard it before, you should definitely listen to it, you know what I'm saying? And support the family, support his wife Bernadette and their children, wherever, however you can, and support good hip hop, you know what I mean? And let's support and salute our legends before they transition. Being a rapper is not the easiest thing, and for those who were able to carve their own way, like in the past up till now, that's something that is very impressive, because it's not an easy thing to do, So salute to Sean Price, and I thank you all for tuning in. This has been another episode of Everything for Everybody. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.